Saw the money and got activated. Saw the money and got activated. Saw that money and got activated. I saw that money and got activated.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. If you can't tell by the way I'm dressed right now, it all of a sudden just got really hot. Not hot. Just got really cold in Ohio. And like I'm just not messing with it. Like it's just not okay. If you guys know me and have been on the channel for a while, I absolutely hate the cold and I absolutely hate winter, and it makes me really depressed, and I just want to move far away, as close to the equator as I can get, because I hate the cold. That being said, today we will be packing the bearings for the Cummins and kind of showing you guys how to do that. We don't have an actual bearing packing like mechanism. Like, you can actually buy them, they're pretty cheap. You can get them from Harbor Freight. I just don't have time to go get one, and to be completely honest with you, it is Friday night, or no, it's Thursday night. It's currently 9 o'clock, and we leave tomorrow as soon as I get off work. So I literally have to come home and hop in the truck, and we are driving to West Salem, and then we got to check into our hotel, and then we got to go straight to the event because we are paying for both days. So a little bit of a time crunch. Probably won't even be able to do half the stuff I originally wanted to, like polish the wheels and actually even clean the truck. We may or may not go try to wash the truck tonight. I don't know. I heard it's supposed to freeze tonight, though, so that might not happen. So I heard it's supposed to freeze tonight, though, so that may or may not happen. But without further ado, I'm not going to talk anymore. I'm going to kind of walk you guys through on how to pack your bearings if you have a two-wheel drive D250 or D150. Pretty much anything with a front spindle style bearing. So don't take my word on this. I'm not 100% sure that this is the proper way to do this. This is the way I've always done it, and this is the way I was taught to do it. If you're not using a bearing packer. So pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this baggie like pretty full with grease, and then we're going to put the bearing inside the baggie and just kind of keep squeezing the grease. And you want to kind of try to roll the bearings around and push in, because you got to really work the grease into these little roller bearings. Because it doesn't, you can't just slap it on there and expect it to just push itself in, because then what will happen is if you just coat it in grease and you throw it in the truck, all these rollers are going to spin, and then it's going to finally mix itself in and it's going to dry out, and then you'll have a big problem. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to fill this with grease and start kind of squeezing as much grease into the bearing as we can. Oh, dang. I dropped it right in the gear oil. All right, so the hubs are greased, the inner bearing is greased. We didn't pull it out because I completely forgot that you have to replace the wheel seals. So we'll rock with it for now, and then we'll replace those wheel seals and actually take that bearing out and clean it in the future. But for now, it'll be fine. But that's about how greased you want them. I have heard you don't want to over grease them, because then it'll kind of pressurize it. I don't know if that's true or not, but the bearings, this is kind of what they should look like when you're done, lobbed in grease. And then this is also a high temp grease, which is what you're going to want to use for a wheel bearing, obviously. So we're going to open the door of death into the winds are really high, so it's like insane out there. And then we're going to start sliding these hubs and stuff back on, and then we'll also have to look up the torquing procedure. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and excuse the wind now. So from what I'm told, you're gonna want to, this is what I did before too, but I just wanted to re-look it up just to make sure everything's good. You're gonna want to tighten this while spinning it, and that's just gonna ensure that everything stays centered and good to go while you're tightening it. And then you're gonna back this nut off until you feel some in and out play, and then by hand tighten it up until the in and out play stops. And then you're gonna put your crown on there, and then put your cotter pin through, and then if the holes don't line up, you can tighten it up until the holes line up. So that's the procedure that I'm told that you're supposed to do. If you'd like to comment below and say otherwise, then feel free, but I believe this is the proper procedure, and this is what I've done in the past as well. So we're gonna do that real quick and hurry up and get out of this cold. Got everything together on this side. Everything's good. Just gonna throw the wheel on. We retorqued the spacers because you always want to retorque these as much as you can. So we're gonna throw the wheel on this side and then we'll move on to the next side. Okay, so the truck is finished up. Got everything tightened up, got everything good to go. This video was pretty much just showing how to pack bearings. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it. We got everything loaded up in the truck, got our jack in the bed. We're ready to rock and roll. So, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And the next video we'll be on our way to King of the Streets. So, like I said, see you guys in the next video. Deuces.